All right, what is up, everyone, and welcome to FPL Gameweek. FPL Double Gameweek 25, the podcast, and this is episode number 21. And I've got Abin with me today. And the ranks are the latest updated one. Abin, for yourself, I've added the including the bench player that's about to come on for you because DCL didn't turn up. So you're on a green arrow at 77k for now.
For now.
Yeah. So that's the ranks right now, the live ranks with subs included. Anyways, let's get into the discussion because we're going to be having talks about Bruno Fernandes, potentially United Double Game Week 25, and also with regards to Double Game Week 26 and all of that. So agenda for the day, obviously 25 and 26 discussions, chip strategy, season ticker, Game Week 25 fixtures and captain, managers team, price changes, and panel team. Today it'll be less, hardly any stats, just mostly discussions around how to navigate this. So let me bring everyone up to speed. This has Game Week 24 as well, but this is Ben Kralin's sheet with the Double Game Week 25, 26 also included, and also potentially 27, what kind of fixtures we could expect to see. We know blank game weeks are there for Arsenal and Liverpool, and they have probably the best fixtures in 26 as well in the double. So how we can navigate that. And also game week 30. Game week 30 for now, it seems like there are only 3 games confirmed. And with the way the FA Cup fixtures went for round 5, it's most likely looking that there will only be 3 fixtures. So that will be probably a free hit chip week for anyone who has a free hit chip. And then the other one is following that, we'll be discussing, I guess, people will be using wildcards in game week 30. There's a massive double that could happen in 33 and an even bigger double in 36, probably the biggest double in 36. That's what people are predicting. So that's just a rundown of what to expect.
Yep. It's a lot of planning, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot to get through. I mean, we haven't even finished with week 24 yet.
Yeah.
Awful start so far.
I mean, not too bad for you though. You've got like I think you're on 19 with 3 players played.
Yeah, well,
I'm on 18 with like 5 players played.
But it's still concerns of going forward with some of these players that are just giving me a nightmare that I need to fix up. But I'm sure we'll talk about it going forward.
Yeah. So then let's probably get straight to, I guess, the teams itself, right? And then like move about in terms of the slides. So this is a season ticker. It's got Palace on top with Leeds and Brentford and Watford. Probably not the teams we're going to be looking at, to be honest, in terms of targeting them, but it's kind of good to know. With Crystal Palace, I should tell everyone that Gallagher, even though he plays for Crystal Palace, he's on loan from Chelsea. So it's not a double game week for Gallagher because he can't play against Chelsea. So it's a single game week for Gallagher. So if anyone's looking to bring in Gallagher or who already owns Gallagher, keep that in mind. Brentford, there's a possibility they could double in 27. There's also news that there's a possibility that Burnley could double in 26. So Burnley are doubling in 26, but they could also potentially double in 27 as well. So you might want to keep that in mind. But let's probably move to the teams and then kind of like look from there. So Abin, this is your team right now.
Yeah, that's right now. So yeah. I mean, for the last couple of game weeks, I've just been forward thinking and thinking about teams that will be getting double game weeks and fixtures, and the result of that was Watkins and DCL, and it's been, I think, 5 or 6 game weeks where I still have not got any returns.
Yeah, true. Watkins, I think so. Watkins could get one in 27 potentially.
Yeah. Like if you see, like for example, if you see who is it? DCL's.
DCL is not that great.
Last 90, look at his last 90 minutes performances.
Yeah.
So he's got 0 points, 2, 1, and then he didn't play last night.
Yeah.
So 3 points from the last 5 game weeks that I've had him. So he's killing me. He's killing me.
Yeah.
I thought with Lampard as coach, I thought there would be like a similar kind of reaction to how Steven Gerrard got Villa, a similar size club and decent squad. Nothing inspired in last night's game that gives you any hope for the future. Everton's got good fixtures, but you just can't find anyone to put in. Gray is an option that I've seen a lot of teams have. I did have
injured though. Today.
Yeah, he's not injured, but I had him, but again, he hasn't delivered consistently for a while, just once in a while. So I did get him out and brought Rafinha in like 2 game weeks ago. So other than him and DCL, I didn't have any other things. The other one I was thinking of was Gordon. That might have been a good option. But again, I've got no confidence in them until they kind of start building a bit of credibility, I guess, like under Lampard. So DCL is like a move that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with him going forward. And then Watkins, look, if I look at his last couple of game weeks,
doesn't mean good. The returns.
I brought him after game week 17. Big haul there, 12 points. So I've had him for the last 5-6 game weeks, and his returns have been 2, 0, 2, 2, and then 0. Well, 0 leads, we shall have to see. So I'm hoping that changes as well, because they've had a good run of fixtures as well. The strike force has all season has been has not worked for me. I've not got a strike once.
I think strikers in general this season for everyone has been just such a disappointment.
I think a lot of people's I haven't suffered from because I haven't had him for a while is Ronaldo. He must be like a big inspiration for a lot of people.
I've had him. Oh my god, it's such a flop. In terms of like ownership.
In terms of ownership, so it's really hard to we all between Everton, Aston Villa, and even United, we go according to fixtures, but if you don't have the players that can maximize that kind of fixtures, what's the point, right? I mean, you'll bet your house on Salah or Cancelo or Trent or your template guys to deliver, but when these teams we'll talk about it, Burnley's got so many games to make up, and as with others, but there's just not that many options to choose from.
That's the thing, right? And
it's got to a point that I think you guys, I think you and Rusha or other guys had a couple of double game weeks with game week players, and I can't remember which game week it was. But my single game weeks, I think, outscored a double game week players. So it gets to a point that if you have good quality single game week players, you might outscore a double game week player.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because Ronaldo, and the thing with Ronaldo is I bought him in for the double game week. He got benched for the first game, okay? And he came on in the second game and didn't do anything. And then he got benched for today's game as well. So he's going to get that rotation as well, which is the problem. For me, looking at United the last few weeks, they haven't been great. And initially, when we all saw this fixture run at the start of the season,
only the last few game weeks, I can't remember when they were great. Besides,
that's what. No, they haven't been great at all. The last few game weeks, though, the problem is they haven't been finishing chances. They've created the chances, but they just can't finish. And I mean, when we saw the fixtures at the start of the season, we were all like, "Oh, this is a triple United this thing, right? Run up, line up." They had like such great fixtures, and now ahead of a potential double game week 25, I'm like, if you don't have United assets, or if you have one, now you have De Gea, and I'm like, you could probably just keep De Gea. The
problem is even with De Gea, I don't have confidence. I have.
No, I don't. Yeah.
The reason I have him in the team is more for saves.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I also got him in.
When United do get a result, there will be bonus points for him.
Yeah.
But I have no confidence in their defense, especially with, if you saw last night's game, Maguire's and how he dealt with Burnley, it's ridiculous. So you kind of have no confidence in getting clean sheets with United at that stage of the season. If I had to go back, I would start thinking of going back to. I mean, before De Gea, I had Ramsdale. I would think of going back to him, but albeit much more expensive than when I first got him.
Yeah.
And even think about Sanchez, or and take from there, because I'm not going to get many clean sheets from United this season.
Yeah, that's what. Like for me, I'm like at this point, I'm like after Game Week 25, I feel like I want to get rid of all my United players because they're just not performing.
You've tripled up.
I've tripled up, but I've tripled up for some time. I got Bruno in, and that kind of like paid off because he hauled in that double game week. And now I'm like, for those who don't have, or like let's say those who don't have United assets, I think you can probably just get Bruno and that's it. That'll be enough, I think, for 25.
How do you fit Bruno in when you need Salah?
Yeah, for you it's a bit more harder. Is it? Oh yeah, it is a bit more harder. Because for you, you'll probably have to downgrade like Calvert-Lewin, and then
there's a couple of moves to make there, but
yeah,
even the idea of getting Bruno, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's the true thing.
If you look at his returns, it
doesn't mean good. I mean, he could have had an assist.
He's not like last season's Bruno.
No.
And especially when he doesn't have guys to help finish his chances.
Yeah, and this United is also not last season's United. Like at least last season they were way more fluid in attacking.
Yeah.
This season is just like all over the shop. I guess you could try and get Pogba, but I'm looking at your team, right? All of these players are potential in your midfield, except for Bowen. The rest are all doubling in, or except for Bowen and Gallagher, the rest all double in 26.
Yeah.
And Bowen is on decent form as well, so I wouldn't get rid of him as well.
No.
And like you were speaking about like single game week players outscoring double game week, I think Bowen plays Newcastle?
Yeah.
In 26 or 25. So like that's like you wouldn't even want to drop him against Newcastle.
Well, they're playing Leicester next.
Yeah.
And then which is okay fixture because Leicester are not.
Leicester got hammered in the FA Cup.
Hammered, and they just don't keep clean sheets.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And then that's followed by West Ham against
Newcastle, I think.
Yeah, Newcastle. That's right. So it's two good fixtures there for West Ham.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? If I was to get so this is my team, right? So I've got the same issues. I have the triple up, and for now, obviously, again, 25, I won't have Salah, but in 26, I'll bring Salah in, and in 26, I think I'm expecting Salah's ownership to be above 200%, so a majority would have triple captained him.
See, I'm loyal. I've been loyal to Salah. I kept him through the dark times.
Yeah, I know. But you're going to have to hope that he listens.
And the good news of all of that is, if you look at my ranking from when he left till now, I haven't suffered at all.
No, not too much, because others haven't performed.
I've been able to preserve him on my bench. It's been an expensive bench, but
yeah, I know. You got a prize rise though today.
Say again?
You got a prize rise today.
And I got a prize rise today. So when everyone, if you look at the last week or 2 weeks, since the last game week happened, and you look at everyone talking of FPL, everyone is talking of keeping tabs on how far Egypt is going in.
Yeah.
And how much rest is he going to get, and this and this and this, and I didn't care. I was just because everyone was trying. Should we bring Salah? Should we not? Should we bring? Should we not? So fingers crossed for me that Salah plays tonight.
Yeah.
And delivers for me and captain, because I don't know what his effective ownership is right now.
It's pretty low. It's not as high as everyone else.
And I think I saw somewhere about it, really like 4% or less captained him as well.
Yeah.
So if he can come off for me against Leicester, when Leicester is a good fixture for him if he's starting, like we just talked about with West Ham and Leicester, I think Leicester has similar problems like United. A lot of issues on the left side or the right side.
It'll be a massive differential though, captaincy.
So it's funny, Salah's a differential captaincy. So if he pulls for me that's my reward for keeping faith in him and for the last 5 weeks.
Yeah, true. Now, but now what are you gonna do with like, so let's say game week 25, right? Brighton and United are Dublin. You've got De Gea. Brighton, I don't know if anyone is looking to bring in Brighton players. Me personally, I don't think I'll bring any Brighton players because of the fact that
if I had Sanchez, I would play him.
You would probably, yeah. If you had Sanchez, yeah.
Because who are they playing again?
Watford and United in 25.
Yeah. I think Watford's a good fixture for them, and United is a good fixture for them. And you think that Brighton can hold their head against this United team.
Yeah.
They've been a good team this year, right? They've so I wouldn't mind having a Sanchez if I had him. But other than that, I mean, if I had Lamptey maybe, but I don't think he would start both game weeks.
No.
I can't see many people that will start. Maybe Cucurella he would start, but both game week.
But I'm thinking like there are better options.
There's better options out there.
Yeah.
And from a United perspective, again, I don't think I'm not going to take advantage of it. Might consider
the single game week captain.
Maybe, because obviously nobody in the strike force defense. Maybe Dallo.
Yeah.
If I really think that there was some clean sheets to be had.
No, but I don't.
You can kind of see I can't see a way back for Bissaka right now. I think he's doing okay. In the attacking front, Dallo. So,
if you wanted a differential at a cheaper price, I would say Pogba.
Pogba is an option. I was like working for the team, so it's obviously not going to get much from McTominay or Fred if they are around, and then Sancho, to his credit, he had an okay game last night. I'm just waiting for the opportunity to actually bring him in, and because you want to take some United midfielder.
Yeah.
Between him and Rashford, I just wish one of them started performing, and you can get a lower cost than Bruno for alternative.
But none of them are showing any signs of performance, and like we don't know. The next game is on Saturday, so double game week starts on Saturday. So for me, I think even in terms of like captaincy and everything, I think a lot of people will be split between Bruno and Ronaldo mainly. I think Bruno will have the most high captaincy, but I won't be surprised for De Gea also to have some percentage of captaincy. I remember you captained De Gea in the last double game week, and you were very close to a monster haul. Before a last minute goal conceded.
Correct, exactly. It's an appealing one to do it again. To be honest, it's in my squad. There's a lot of alternatives.
Yeah, true.
If I look across the board, everyone looks like I have a good fixture. Everyone, Liverpool's playing Burnley, City's playing Norwich. Then you've got West Ham on Leicester. You've got Leeds with Everton. It's heaps of good. Aston Villa with Newcastle. It's Crystal Palace with Brentford. It's heaps of good fixtures here. So there's a lot of opportunity here.
That's true. That's also the possibility. Because I wouldn't. I probably have to keep saying this because don't ignore the single game week players, especially in a double game week as well. Because they could very well, like the likes of Cancelo, De Bruyne. All of those players are very explosive players. Even though they won't have a double game week, they could very well outscore any double game week player. I've got Cancelo captain. I'm hoping that it pays off. This is the first time I'm captaining a defender for the season as well. So we'll see what happens. But not looking good. I bought in Martinelli. Went in early on the Arsenal lineup because I saw a few rumors that Martinelli was being tested out as a striker position just in case if Lacazette couldn't play both games in the double. So I'm like, oh, that's very tempting because even if he doesn't play the striker position, he's still going to play that left wing. And like Roy said, Lacazette will drop deep for Martinelli to go forward a bit more. And for the price point, he was like, okay, I'm going to get him in. The other thing I was wondering whether I get another like a Tierney. Because a lot
of one of my options because I brought the first game week I brought in Luka Dean. I was looking between him. And Tierney and Laporte. I ended up didn't wanting to double up on City defense because I've been early in the season with that. So I brought in Dean, but Tierney is a great. I think he's a great pick.
Yeah, that's what.
Hopefully, you just hope that he kind of lasts over all these game weeks because
yeah, that's true.
he's prone to injury. So
As a bought in Tierney for the main reason being that I looked at Tierney. Now they have 25, they have a blank, right?
yeah.
So he's not going to be available for 25. 26, he plays Brentford and Wolves, which are probably pretty good fixtures defensively. 27, he blanks again, which is an issue. Because if I was to bring in Tierney, then I have 5 players in total, which is 3 Liverpool, 2 Arsenal.
Yeah.
And my team board, I don't want to play the chip during that because I want to play the chip in 30, the free hit. So then I'm in a bit of a tough position and I don't want to take a -4. So I was like, do I really need to bring in Tierney? And then I saw news that Wolves could potentially double in 27 as well. So they have a 26 double of Leicester versus Arsenal. And then in 27, they'll have West Ham versus Watford. And they also playing Game Week 30, which is another kind of advantage. Although I wouldn't matter too much about Game Week 30 because I think I might free hit anyway, so it doesn't matter too much.
You still got 2 free hits, don't you?
Yes, I do. That's what. So my plan is to, in terms of chip strategy, to use 1 free hit in 30, the other in 33 for the next like big double. And then probably bench boost in 36.
And then you still have a triple captain.
And that's on Salah on 26. That's why it's going. Brandon Salah is straight triple captain. But yeah, and wildcard is what I'm not sure. I think wildcard will be somewhere in 31 or something.
I mean, that's a great big debate as well.
Yeah.
Between 30 to 33, it's is it wildcard or is it free hit? That's
the thing.
I see what we're talking about.
So we'll have to wait and see on that in terms of like where, like if we can get further news information in the next coming weeks, then it kind of like helps shape up the team as well.
Yeah, the truth is, until 30, or I think there's no, unless your teams are quite, not well set up, or you don't need to wildcard, because the truth is, you'll find a lot of your players would be in your wildcard team. You'll probably just change 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Waste.
Yeah.
So you'd rather just save it for the last stretch.
Yeah, for me, I was looking at my teams, like the options going until game week 30, and it's pretty decent. Like, Martinelli has good fixtures going forward. Trent, Cancelo are just going to be there till the end of the season. Salah, Albright will potentially be there until the end of the season. Fernandes, Ronaldo, and De Gea, that I'll probably do a swap where Salah will come in for Fernandes. De Gea, potentially, I want to get Ramsdale in. I think Arsenal are better defensively. And they've got more doubles also to organize in the future. Ronaldo swap to, I don't know, maybe a cheap striker to enable me to bring in another premium midfielder, maybe Heung-min Son. But I don't know, that depends on Son's form as well. Because I was thinking after Liverpool's double in 26, I might potentially get rid of Jota. Because of the fact that now they've signed Luis Diaz as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much Jota's minutes is going to be like managed and all of that.
Yeah.
Also given the fact that they have Firmino as well, so
yeah.
Some like
I agree with that. I mean, it's good that you're still sticking around with Foden. Yeah.
So I was looking at options for Foden, and based on his price point, I can get rid of Foden for 26 to bring in maybe Heung-min Son.
Yeah.
But then he has got a price rise, and now I have to reassess that whether I can afford it or not. Because then I don't really need Foden, because Foden over the last few fixtures hasn't looked great.
Yeah, he keeps rising in price.
Yeah, that's what. So I don't know what to do with him. Like, eventually, I think I might just like, if I get rid of Foden, I probably don't need to bring him back. I can always go to someone else like a Coutinho or Jacob Ramsey or something, like a cheap enabler. And then in game week 31 or wherever I wildcard, I could try to bring in like a De Bruyne and a Salah as a 2 premium midfielders, and then everywhere else is just like well balanced, I guess.
Exactly. I would think exactly the same. I can't see a season going by not having De Bruyne.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I have not had him still, and I'm like, man, this guy is just going to cause me damage, so I need to get him in somehow or the other very soon.
Well, I think, I mean, as obviously it's a one-horse race right now in the Premier League, and as it gets more obvious that there will be, then you kind of see him being managed in the Premier League at what game time, and all the focus would suddenly switch to Champions League for him.
Yeah. That's the one thing with Pep Roulette. Next month, March, we'll have a lot of Champions League action. Although they don't have a tough fixture run. City, they've got Sporting in the first round, which I don't think will be too bad for them. Round of 16, but then it's after that where we'll have to kind of like wait and see what happens with regards to City, who they get, and all of that.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, they'll have Champions League fixtures. They have Burnley, Champions League, Liverpool, Champions League, Wolves. So Liverpool game in the middle of a Champions League quarterfinal could be a lot of rotation happening from the Burnley to Wolves game.
Yeah.
So we'll have to kind of like see and how it goes, how the fixtures go, and all of that.
Yeah.
So in terms of, I guess 25, you're still not sure of what to do. But 26, anyone here you're looking to bring in?
To be honest, for 25, I don't see.
Roll the transfer?
I might roll the transfer.
Yeah.
Unless there's an obvious. I can't see myself bringing a Brighton player.
Yeah.
Unless it's Sanchez or maybe a Dallo. But for now, my thoughts are it's going to be rolling the transfer and really prep myself for 26.
Yeah, fair enough. Because I already have the triple up United, so I'm definitely rolling the transfer.
Yeah.
Because I want to get Salah and someone else as well. Ideally, because I'm thinking if I can get at least 7 to 8 double game week players for 26, I think that's a decent number.
Yeah.
Which should be possible. Any double game week 26 players you're targeting?
I haven't thought that far, to be honest.
Apart from, let's say, like Arsenal and Liverpool, you've already got Rafinha, who is doubling in 26 and potentially in 27 as well.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how Burnley go, because they've got a few games coming up, and I've seen a lot of talk about the new striker.
August.
Yeah. And he had a decent debut.
Yeah.
I think he could be a cheap option to get in, and then that'll enable me to just beef up again my midfield.
Yeah.
So I would consider him.
Yeah, he could be my.
Well, I'm sorted with Liverpool. The truth is, I'll have to bring an Arsenal player in as well. Could be between Tierney. I'm not too. I want to bring him because he'll have the best chance of returns. But could be a Ben White.
Yeah.
Unless I want to change my goalkeeper, I'll go Ramsdale because I had him for a pretty long time, and he's the one that kind of got me up the ranks. Or Saka or Martinelli. Those are who I'm looking for.
Yeah, and you could potentially play in the week on 27 where Ramsdale is not available. If Watford do double, you can potentially just play Foster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's actually a good choice because I also could possibly do that. Because of the fact that, but then I already have Foster, and I'm just thinking like I will already be bringing in a double game week player to like play one that I already have. So I'm like, I could probably bring in someone else. I don't know. I'm just like.
Well, goalkeeper has been a big thing for you this season.
Yeah, it's been a very bad day.
You've done a lot of substitutes there.
See, I started off with Sanchez, which was decent, but then it was like, oh, you're going to get 6 points or nothing. Then I should have gone to Ramsdale straight away, but I went to Guaita because I thought I didn't have confidence in Arsenal to be able to like maintain that defensive this thing.
And that's why I went to Ramsdale. Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm like, okay, Ramsdale it is. He's a bit more safer option.
Yeah. I mean, another, I will look at Crystal Palace. I know I've got Gallagher.
Edward.
And he's not going to be doubling up with Chelsea, but Edward for sure. I think he's
strike option. Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a couple of games. I was also thinking of I think I just need to remember his name.
Olise?
Yes, him.
Yeah.
I think he could be a good option as well.
Yeah, he also seems to be a decent option for Crystal Palace. And especially because of their fixtures, like even after 26, they have Burnley in 27, Wolves 28. Obviously, 29 is a bit tough.
Yeah.
And 30, they probably don't play.
Yeah. Exactly. You just have to be confident in if he's starting or not.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, if you look at his performances, 1-0, 1-0-1, and then he's got a big 11 and 3 through. So, but he's got, I guess, good threat. Or it's a good team to watch.
Yeah. My defense is kind of like solid. Okay. Livramento is back in training, which was kind of like a blessing in one way because of the fact that I don't have to take him out now.
Yeah.
Keane, I was watching Everton's performance casually on the side, and oh my god, they were so bad defensively. It wasn't like
not the own goal.
No, it's not. That was a own goal. That was a crazy own goal. That was like Lascelles' own goal one side, Holgate another own goal. Both of them assisting each other. I was like, okay. But they looked very bad defensively. Like the way they're playing, I think they might get relegated. But then again, we'll have to see how it goes. But I'm not confident owning Keane. Like if I can do Keane to maybe a Tierney, but then with the problem with Tierney is he doesn't play in 27. I could probably do Keane to a Wolves defender, maybe a Ent-Nouri for 4.4 to free up some funds, and also the fact that he plays in 27 and in 30 as well. Kind of helps, is a good option. So I could probably do some of those kind of moves. I have to decide and see. Again, it depends on if we can get some. It doesn't matter for me if the news comes before 25 or after 25 because I'm not going to be making any transfers then. But if we can get information about 27 and 28 maybe before 26, that'll be good.
Yeah. So you're not there's no Salah for 25?
No Salah for 25.
Oof. I hope he burns you.
Well, they're playing Liverpool. Burnley, oh my god, no.
It seems like the top 50,000. It's such low ownership, and everyone is just it's this big talking point, and everyone's scared of Salah delivering in against Leicester and Burnley. And
I mean, it is what it is. You have to take it on the chin.
It's a big gamble that you've taken, but let's see if it pays off. Because
so far it's paid off with like the Bruno transfer that I bought in. Because I managed to capitalize on it. If people didn't capitalize on that and like bought him after, then it hasn't paid off for them.
Yeah.
But we'll see. He can still do damage. That's the problem with Salah.
Yeah.
But I will be happy to have him back in 26 and just permanently give the armband to him and not have to worry about the captaincy things. Because now I'm having 4 players who want to derail my rank, even though I own them. So I'm happy to just have Salah as that one captaincy option. That's basically what I have at the moment. Anything else to add to this in terms of 25, 26 fixtures? Who will you be captaining?
Salah. Nice. No doubt.
Okay, for Burnley. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah. And roll the transfer. Yeah, I think that's given how your team is, it's probably a decent option.
Yeah.
And then for people looking to bring in Arsenal players, just keep in mind they blank in 27 as well. So probably prepare your team and see whether you can handle 27. And then finally, just to end stuff, game week 30, blanks, lots of blanks, probably the biggest blank game week. 33 could be a double game week. 36 could be the biggest double game week. And then obviously we might have tiny double game weeks elsewhere as well. 37 also could potentially have a double game week. 38 there won't be any double game week. It's just going to be a single game week. But yeah, So for anyone looking to manage chips, keep that in mind as well. Let's probably go price changes, because there were a few price changes that happened today, and I don't know how Salah got a price change, but he got a price change. Let me bring it up. There we go. So yeah, Edward. Actually, let me just go to the recent ones. So, Nouri has gone up. Sad life. I was looking at him. Antonio gone down. Sad life. I was looking at getting rid of him. Son gone up. Salah gone up. Coutinho gone up as well. De Gea interestingly gone up. I will take that. Jota up. Gallagher up. In terms of going up soon, Edward possibly. Harry Kane. We haven't spoken about Kane, but is that really good form?
He's because if you look at my squad, it's filled with a lot of 7-8 million players. So whereas other people would have a bit more lower than that, and then have 2 premium players.
Yeah.
Right now, my only premium, 10 million plus is Salah. So he is someone for me to. I'm definitely looking out between him and Son. I mean, Kane is still not in the shape that he was last season, but
you'd getting there.
Sooner rather than later, he'll get there. And I mean, we go back to their fixtures, and they've got. I think they've got a couple. They've got a bit of catching up to do, isn't it, as well, with their fixtures.
So they got Southampton and Wolves. Then they have the double City Burnley. After that, they have Leeds, Everton, United, and 30 blank. But then from 31 onwards, it's easy.
I mean, I cannot see. I can already 30 onwards, 31. I can see him or Son in my team. With that kind of fixture list. But he's definitely someone I'm considering. Downgrading strike force, bringing him in, and lowering one of my midfield options. Just what it looks right now, that'll be Jota. Because his what is his value? It's 8.5. Like my purchase price is 8 million. So it's a bit of value to lose, but it'll be interesting to watch his minutes unfold with Firmino and Diaz.
And Spurs have 2 more fixtures in Arsenal and Brighton also to rearrange. So that's what I'm just keeping an eye out on Kane and Son.
You can't imagine a whole season going by where there's no good forward. I mean, Antonio was great for us in the first 10 game weeks. And
after that, it's like...
So...
I don't know. And Dennis has been a trap. Josh King has been a trap.
I don't think you showed everyone your great captaincy pick from last week.
Oh no, let's not speak about that. If we had the podcast a couple days ago, I would have shown that. But it was there on stream yesterday. I was like, -2. Oh my god. I've had bad captaincy picks, man. -2 from him. Ronaldo, no show. Ever since Salah has gone, my captaincy picks have been so bad. I just can't come back, put the king crown on him, and have it. Don't have to worry back. But it's been pretty bad. But back to those price changes.
Well, interesting to also look at Newcastle for me as well. Obviously, they bought in a lot of players. And they beat Everton, which is still a big result for them. Everton is not historically, they're not a team that belongs where they are right now. You'd imagine to get better, but I think Newcastle, they've got a good coach in Eddie Howe. I think
it's a mixed set of fixtures.
They've got hard fixtures until 30, right? But you'd think that they'll survive the chop, maybe. Some of these clubs are just too big to fail.
That's what I think. They'll throw all the money they can.
So I'm interested to see how a couple of players I look there is Kieran.
Trippier.
And eventually when they do introduce I forget his name right.
They also bought their own Bruno.
Gamirez. Because he's got a bit of
something about him.
Something about him. I've even heard people saying, well, why don't United bring him in instead of Rice? So I'm interested to see how he performs.
We'll see. But Newcastle at the moment their fixtures are a bit of a mix. Like they don't have a straight stretch of like good fixtures. They have some tough fixtures in the middle of all of that.
Yeah.
But they also have fixtures to rearrange. So we'll have to wait and see.
They've got a couple of games for it. And then obviously Saint Maxima,
Yeah.
he's a solid pick as well.
Yeah.
So
And Chris Wood. I mean, we shouldn't ignore Chris Wood, but like,
yeah, maybe, but I don't know with him. But I mean, he's the same value as Saint Maxima.
Yeah.
I'd rather take him rather than him, to be honest.
Yeah.
But so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I do get a Newcastle player in.
Yeah, fair enough.
Especially if I want to get a premium player elsewhere. Yeah.
Yep. And that's basically it for price rises. And then finally, this panel team, which I forgot to make a transfer for because we didn't have a podcast. So I was like, oh, rip, RIP.
We have two free trades then.
Yeah, we burnt a transfer as well. So we had two free transfers. It's on 19 points. Cucurella didn't play, so Tufal is coming on with a 5-pointer. It's got Cancelo as captain as well, interestingly, because I think we captained him last week and it didn't work out. So we have two.
I mean, we didn't talk about again. I think it'll be interesting when again on the spirit of Tottenham to see their new players coming on as well, because
they signed some midfielders.
They've got a bit of from the Italian league, a bit of thing about him. Kulusevski, I've heard a bit about him.
Bentancur from Juve.
And I saw a couple of people's reaction to seeing that his price point is only 6 million. Yeah, I can't say I know much about him, but
I don't know. Yeah,
I think there's a little bit of hype about him apparently, and so it'll be interesting to see how he integrates with the team, because he'll be playing, with Kane and Son at the top. That's what I've been reading.
Interesting. Wonder where Lucas Moura will fit into that then.
Yeah.
We will see.
Who's the other player they brought in?
Bentancur from, I think, Juventus.
Is he? What is he? Is he a mid?
He's a midfielder. Yeah.
Midfielder, yeah.
But I think he's a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but I read a lot about Kulusevski, so I think he's kind of on a watch list to see how he goes.
Okay, fair enough. In terms of...
What about you, Christian Eriksen? You don't want to?
Brentford? Nah. I mean, apparently they're going to double in 27. Anyone who wants to get a...
I don't think he'll ever play a double game week.
I'm just hoping he manages to complete the game properly without any issues.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of double game week 25, I think this team is pretty decent enough for a double game week 25.
They still got Ronaldo.
Yeah, we still have Ronaldo, and I think after that we'll get rid of Ronaldo later.
I think it's all covered for 25 in terms of you got this, Brighton and 2 United.
Yeah, just like Gray is there. Probably get rid of Gray. We can probably get rid of Gray and bring in Salah.
Yeah, is it banned for that? Yeah,
we have the money, I believe so. Yes, we do. Look at that.
Yeah.
And then we can probably roll the other transfer.
Yeah, I think so. I think you want to save one for the.
So let's do that. In comes Captain Salah, and I think Ronaldo will have the armband just because of the fact that he's doubling.
Yeah.
I think this is a pretty decent team.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, and we roll the transfer for the other one, and let's see what happens in 26. All right, that's basically it. Game week 25 is ahead on Saturday, so good luck, Abin.
How many players do you have left for this game week?
This game week, I have 3, 4, 5, 6 players left.
I've got 8 players left.
Yeah, so. I know, right? Lucky guy.
I'm going for a big haul.
I just gotta hope Martinelli does like a hat trick and then.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh yes. But we'll see. Cancel a captain. Lots riding on him.
That's a very brave move. It's a brave move that I always considered.
Yeah.
Not for this game week, but any game week, to captaining him or Trent.
Yeah.
Never. So
I was like, Brentford, surely something has to happen. We'll see. I'm not going to.
Next thing he's on the bench, and who do you have captain?
Oh no, Jota vice captain. Not too bad, I guess. Jota vice captain.
Yeah, good one.
I had it on Bowen, but then I switched it. I was like, Watford have kind of improved, and they did kind of improve.
Yeah.
But still Bowen managed to get.
I'll tell you what, I think Bowen is increasingly becoming. If you don't have him, it's a problem. He's become one of those temporary players right now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Especially the last 10 game weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Anyways, this is the teams. We'll see what 25 happens. I'll probably do captaincy video or something ahead of 25. Thank you to everyone who has watched so far. Let me get it back to the slides. Actually, I missed it. There we go. Thank you to everyone who's watched. If you're new, do hit that subscribe button. Thank you to Abin for also being here. And hit the like button, everyone. And good luck for Game Week 25. Double Game Week 25 should be very interesting. And I just hope that United can actually win first before getting any.
I think what's happened to you is like you've gone with your heart and not your head.
I know, right? See, this is the thing. I was enjoying FPL before when I didn't have them. When I didn't have United players, I was enjoying FPL. Now I'm like, oh my god, it's just disappointing everywhere.
It's too stressful.
Yeah, too stressful. I'm looking forward to getting rid of them after 25. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining.